What is the secret weapon for a thriving marriage? I want to share with you what that is in a few moments. My name is Frank DeGrasse. I'm a couples counselor, and if you enjoy these videos and has been adding value and helping you in your relationship with your significant other, please like and comment or even subscribe if you haven't done so. This is going to help bring these videos to more people and encourage them to help grow their relationship. But let's talk about it. What is the secret weapon for a thriving marriage? Here we go. Before we get right into that, I want to share with you the number one predictor, according to Dr. John Gottman, who's created a therapy that helps thousands upon thousands of couples, things that he's researched, and he's found all these things that healthy couples and disastrous couples have done to either grow their relationship or destroy the relationship. And what he has discovered was the number one predictor of divorce or the dissolvement of a relationship is this: contempt. Contempt. Contempt is like when you have this condescending mentality, this looking down mentality of your spouse. Something like, I'm better than you, I'm smarter than you, I'm more prompt than you, I'm more healthier than you, I'm better looking than you, or they have this kind of mentality like, she's always doing this and she never does this, right? When you have that mentality, she always, she's so irritating, she gets on my case, that she never, that's when you start to have this attitude of contempt. Now, this attitude of contempt doesn't just happen overnight. It's a thing that happens over the course of time. If you have this mentality right now, it can be mitigated and confronted. However, if it's not dealt with, if there's no intervention with that mentality over the course of time, you will find yourself having the dissolvement or the ending of that relationship. So contempt is the number one predictor of divorce. So what do you do if your relationship with your significant other, your spouse, is riddled with contempt? Dr. John Gottman says this: the antidote to contempt is daily appreciation. Daily appreciation. Having to cultivate this attitude of gratitude towards your spouse. Now, did you know that the attitude of gratitude can shift focus from negative patterns to positive aspects of the relationship? In 2017, a research by Dr. Barton at the Department of Human Development and Family Studies found that showing gratitude soothes the stress in your relationship and promotes overall happiness in that individual. Now, the question is, how do you express gratitude in a way that brings up these positive results? Well, based on their research with 316 couples, they found 4 qualities in showing gratitude and appreciation. It's not just simply, hey, thanks, and then think you've checked the box with this whole attitude of gratitude thing. They found 4 qualities of appreciation and gratitude that showed a stress reliever in the relationship and promoting interpersonal relationship happiness within themselves and between each other. So the first thing we see here in the quality of gratitude and appreciation is their sharings of appreciations were authentic. That's my first point. Be authentic. Sometimes an expression of gratitude can feel vulnerable because it requires you to get a little more personal, requires you to notice and share things that you value. And so being this kind of sincere expression, showing this kind of sincere expression of appreciation is powerful. So when you do express appreciation, be true, be sincere, be honest, be heartfelt. The thing is, you can feel the difference between a fake and you can tell the difference that is authentic. So be real, be authentic. And the thing about us showing this in an authentic way, it's going to feel forced at first because maybe this is not something that you do on a daily basis. Maybe appreciating and showing gratitude is not something you do on a daily basis. However, if you do approach appreciation with gratitude and more vulnerability and more authenticity, it's going to be heartfelt. However, it might feel weird because it's your first time. Anything new is going to feel awkward. But when you do it often, when you do it more often on a daily basis, that's the word here. Showing appreciation daily. When you do that daily, it'll become more real. It'll become more natural. The second thing of being authentic, the second thing is to pause in the moment to give thanks towards each other. Pause in the moment. Now, thank yous are important, and it's good to be in the habit of thanking others for their help. But part of that is that when you're making it meaningful, I want you to pause in that moment. Now, what I mean by pausing is don't let distractions get in the way of you doing the sharing. I want you to face her. I want you to put your phone down. I want you to stop what you are doing. Look at your partner for 10 seconds. Pause everything around you. Pause everything that you're doing. If you're fiddling with something, watching something, on your phone with something, I want you to pause all those things. Take 5 to 10 seconds to turn to your partner and share that genuine appreciation towards her. Turn away from the TV or the screens and turn towards her. Look her in the eye and tell her what you are appreciative for. The third principle that they notice when it comes to appreciations on a daily basis is that they took intentional notice of something every single day. They noticed something every single day. Now, when you're in a long-term relationship, it's easy to overlook all these things because uh, you both assume that you support each other, and rightly so. And because there's an expectation of supporting one another, they become so expected, so familiar, so comfortable that they just throw out the need to show appreciation because there's an expectation of supporting each other. However, I want you to challenge yourself to notice and appreciate something about your partner every single day. The smallest things that you value that she does and that she expresses, notice those things and appreciate those things. I want you to recognize the little things. For example, like taking out the garbage, or for example having her become a good listener, or when you're complaining about your boss and she was taking the time to stop and listen to what you have to say. Appreciate her for that. Show them that you value them. Show her that you value her paying attention. You value her doing those small things, making dinner, doing the laundry, doing the dishes, whatever it is. Like, well, she always does the dishes. That's okay. Appreciate her. We're trying to cultivate this culture of appreciation. Remember, part of contempt is when you neglect and you stop looking and you stop praising, you stop paying attention to those things. And cultivating appreciation makes sure you notice those things. What gets praised gets repeated. If you praise her for the love and care and affection that she shows you, guess what? She's going to keep on doing it. If you praise her for the respect and the honoring that she does for you, she's going to keep on doing those things because why? You're praising her. Now, don't just praise the big things. I'm saying praise the small things, every single detail. Praise her for it, because these are things that you value. The fourth thing is this: check in with your partner. Check in with your partner. Dr. Barton suggests that couples discuss whether there are things that are not being appreciated or not being acknowledged in the relationship. And so what needs to happen is you check in with your partner and start expressing the appreciation for those things. Hey, by the way, I did the dishes and you didn't show some thanks, and I slaved over the kitchen all day. I had a long day with the kids or whatever kind of things. And I appreciate it if you would just kind of give some thanks. That may sound kind of needy. However, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to cultivate appreciation. That conversation must happen. That conversation of saying thankful must happen. Now, it's not just one-sided, right? It's not just she doing all the thankfulness and you don't say any thankfulness. This video is about each person, each spouse, each partner doing their part and showing appreciation towards each other. Don't wait for the other person to do it. Remember, relationship and marriage is 100%, 100%. It's not 50-50. And so it requires us to do our very best to identify those things that we can appreciate for, to notice something every single day. And if appreciation the temperature of appreciation is not being cultivated, you must say something. Don't expect her to read your mind. Don't expect her to read your mind. And the thing about this conversation about checking in with your partner, it's all in the approach. It's all in how you tee it up, right? You would say something like, this conversation about checking in with your partner and bringing up this whole thing about appreciating is like, babe, I would appreciate it if we would just start cultivating this appreciation, because I think it's going to help us. It's going to make us, it's going to help our relationship get better. Now that conversation alone might be awkward. However, it's a conversation that needs to be had. It's a conversation that needs to be brought up. And what it does, it ignites this, sparks this conversation of appreciation that needs to happen between the two of you. Remember, contempt is the motivator of divorce. Contempt is the number one indication of divorce. And so we want to mitigate that. We want to confront that, and let's put that to end by having to start being intentional in cultivating appreciation. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Look at this video, and I'll see you there.